Kellie, this is all moving very quickly, and just moments ago, President Trump posted a lengthy statement on Truth Social.
Yeah, that's right, Elizabeth. President Trump just posting this on Truth Social, saying that he is, quote, very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. He says this means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. This is certainly a big moment, and as you mentioned, Elizabeth, something that he kind of alluded to when Marco Rubio interrupted that gathering, that roundtable that we were in earlier in the state dining room. The president said, "We are getting close. I have to go and join these discussions," and left the room. Afterwards, I was texting with sources, and a source with direct knowledge of the negotiations confirmed to me that they were, in fact, able to come to an agreement on this first phase. So we learned this about an hour ago here on NewsNation, that Israel and Hamas had agreed to the first phase of this, that some of the hostages would be released. President Trump says all of the hostages will be released. It also means the exchange of those Palestinian prisoners. My source also told me that this exchange is expected to happen in the next 48 hours or so. So that leads us into the weekend. The president, also in the state dining room when we were there, said that he is thinking about going to the Middle East. Even a press statement from the press secretary said that he was thinking about and considering going to the Middle East as early as Friday. Now, my source also tells me that this could be signed as early as Thursday morning. Tomorrow, that could be in time in Egypt, but also it could be the time here in the U.S. So we're watching for that to be signed, as well as the rollout of this. But we still know that there's going to be more to be worked out. I wanted to play a bit more of what the president had to say.
We have a great team over there, great negotiators, and there are unfortunately great negotiators on the other side also. But it's something I think that will happen, got a good chance of happening. I may go there sometime toward the end of the week, maybe on Sunday, actually, and we'll see. But there's a very good chance.
So as the press secretary said in her statement, the president is considering going to the Middle East as early as Friday. The president said there it could be Saturday and Sunday. That would line up with what we're hearing about the release of those hostages. This is something that the president was hoping to reach. It just happened after the day after, October 7th. He just had a former hostage, Eden Alexander, and Omar Nutra's family in the Oval Office yesterday, Elizabeth. So a lot of moving pieces. We also, I will mention, don't have a lid here at the White House yet, so we don't know if we'll hear from the president on camera. It could just be this Truth Social post, but we'll be watching for that as well.
Right, a lid here at the White House, meaning a good night to all of you hardworking correspondents out there on the White House lawn. Kellie, where in the Middle East, do you have any indication from your sources, might the president be going? I know the negotiations are happening in Egypt, but obviously the hostage release would happen in Israel, and there are big questions as to how much of this the Israeli government has signed on to.
Yes, exactly. And I think we are hearing that the president, and he mentioned there in the state dining room, he is considering maybe going to Gaza. He said broadly the Middle East region. We don't know exactly where that might be, but I'll be checking with my sources to find out exactly how that plays out. But again, as you mentioned too, this is agreed to, but it still has to be signed. And there are many other parts to this peace plan that still have not been agreed to yet that they need to go through from the president's peace plan.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.